The move might be done, but that's not where your customer journey should end. In this video, I'll show you how to use HubSpot to do that post-service follow-up. From asking reviews to keeping your best customers coming back. My name is Jasper, I'm a certified HubSpot consultant, and let's dive right in. Last time we stopped with creating the service pipeline. And this is something that we set up so that a move automatically goes to the service pipeline as soon as a deal is closed once. So you get this like seamless handoff between sales and operations. If you haven't seen that video, by the way, I link it up here, and this is video number 3 in a series. So if you haven't seen the first 2 videos, I highly recommend going to my channel and checking out those videos as well. I'll link the playlist with all of the videos in the description, so you can easily see all of the videos in this specific series. Now, here we can see that we do have those different stages. So we have booked pre-move, in progress, completed, awaiting review, and then closed, reviewed, and paid, or cancelled, / postponed. The thing that we want to do here is that as soon as a move gets to completed awaiting review, we want to automatically send an email to ask how their experience was with us. So let's build it out right now. To do this, you will need a HubSpot Service Pro license or higher. But when you have that license, you can go to Service here and then to Feedback Surveys. As you can see, I already have one here, but let's just create a new one so we can see the entire process. I have a couple of options here we can work with. We can do a custom survey, but I think in this case, we can actually work with one of the industry standard surveys. So let's do an easy one in this case and just go for customer satisfaction. If we click on preview here, you can see what that will look like. So it's a very simple email, and often it doesn't need to be more than that. If you like this video so far, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more HubSpot excellence. So let's click next and create this survey. So the delivery method for this survey will be that we send an email to our contacts. We'll click create survey, and here we go. Let's check here the company name. We'll just call this Jasper's Move. I'm just gonna leave the URL to like the demo account for now. The from name, I'll just use my own name. And then the from address, we'll use excellence at jaspermures.xyz here. Hey, how could you? I think that's a pretty good one. Then for the email body, I think that also looks good. Maybe we can do like something better here, like, hey Jasper, how did the move go? Then we recently bought something from our online shop, would love to know what you thought. Well, that's not really what we're looking for in this case. This will be the moving experience. You recently enlisted our services for your move, we'd love to know what you thought. And then the theme, I think we can just leave this for now. So that's that. Then we go to feedback. This is where we can set up the feedback questions. So for example, when somebody chooses unhappy, we can ask them to give us some more information about their experience so that we can learn from this, of course. Then for neutral, we can also ask them how we can do better next time. And then with happy, we can ask what actually made their experience so great. So we'll leave this for now. Then for thank you, we can also update this based on their response. So if they're unhappy, we'll say like, we're sorry we let you down. We'll be in touch to make it right. For neutral, we'll just say that we appreciate your feedback. And when they're happy, we'll say like, thank you so much. Your feedback means the world to us. And actually here, you might do something like, if you have a moment, could you please review us on Google? Click here to leave your review. And then you can add a link here. For now, I'm just gonna add this hashtag, or like I'll just add like google.com. I don't know the exact link by heart, but there is a link that you can share to your business, and then people will be able to leave their review right there. So when we apply this, you will see that there is a clickable link. Maybe if you want this a little bit more clear, you can do something like this. And no, people will have the opportunity to leave us a review on Google if they told us that they had a great experience. The next thing you want to do is you want to select when people will receive the survey. We have a couple of options here: became a customer date, contact criteria, and static contact lists. Now, for this specific survey, we're going to use contact criteria, but you're going to see that when we click on create criteria, that we do not really have the option that we're looking for yet, because this doesn't allow us to use the services object. So in this case, we're still going to need a property that we can work with, but we're going to need to create that. So let's do that first. We'll go to a new screen here. We're going to go to our objects, contacts. We're going to click on manage contact properties, and here we're going to add a new property. I'm going to create this manually, and I'm going to say most recent move completed dates. So that's what we're going to use. You also want to add a description for this. So then we'll go to field type. This is going to be a date. Maybe the relative time will be useful on the records as well to have there. And then for access, I only want this to be a view property because we are going to automate how we are going to use this property. So now we're going to go to workflows. We're going to create a workflow from scratch, and we're going to use filter criteria. This is going to be a contact workflow, but we are going to work with the service object to enroll contacts into this workflow. So here we're going to say stage, pipeline stage is any of awaiting review, and we're going to close this. So this is when the move is completed, right? So we're going to go to next, and now we're able to set that date property. So we're going to go to CRM. We're going to go to edit records. Here we're going to go for that recent move date, and we want to use the date that the action completes, because the moment we go to the stage completed awaiting review is when this automation will run, and that's the property that we want to set here. So here that property will be set. We can also name this. We're going to review. We're not going to enroll existing ones. And we're going to turn on this workflow. So this is going to set that property for us. And now we can go back to our survey criteria here. Then we're going to look for that most recent move date. So most recent move completed date. And well, what we can do here is we can say like as today, we can apply this, and then we can add a delay. So this way the delay will be more clear. So if the move completes today, we can say the moment that's set, let's say like 1 day after or like 2 days after, that's when we want to send that survey. Here under automation, you can also choose to set notifications about new survey responses, and you can also automate certain follow-ups with this simple workflow right here. So for example, if you get unhappy response here, you can then go to create task and say follow up with unhappy customer. And in that case, somebody can call them. You can assign this, for example, to the existing contact owner so that they have the same person that they're talking to. You can save this, and there you go. You can do the same thing for the neutral response as well, or maybe even for the happy response. We can set those actions and do a quick follow-up. So now we click on review and publish. You can publish this. And now we're all set. This customer satisfaction survey is good to go. Now, the next thing we want to do is we also want to use the information that we gather here. So if we know that we have happy customers, we can, for example, do a referral campaign towards those customers, or we can also use a email nurturing workflow, which I will go through in the next video, to nurture these contacts for repeat services. So let's go to our CRM here, then segments. We're going to create a segment. This is going to be a contact segment, and we are going to filter on survey responses. So we're going to go to survey responses here. Let's see. We're going to go to sentiment, and here we're going to filter on, let's see, we're going to use CSATs. So these are the responses that we got. So if we have happy customers, we want to have these in a separate list. So here we're going to say, set as an internal list, all of our happy customers. This is something that we want as an active list, so it continuously will update, and this list will be ready to go from now on. So in this account, the list is 0 right now because we are working with a demo account. But as soon as one of those surveys gets filled out, those people will automatically be added to this list. And then we can easily set up any marketing campaigns, email automations, specifically for this list. If you want weekly tips and tricks in your mailbox on how to get to HubSpot Excellence, subscribe to my brand new newsletter, linked in the description below. This gives you a complete post-service workflow that will keep your customers engaged, build your online reputation, and create future opportunities for your business. And in the next video, I'm going to go even further, where we're going to build that nurturing workflow and really get the next move coming right back to your business. Stay tuned for the next video, and as soon as the video is live, by the way, I will link it right up here. See you in the next one. Bye.